What's up, NFL fans? I'm Emery Hunt, the Czar of the Playbook, and don't forget to check out and purchase your copy of our latest football game plan book, Stiff Arming Football Myths. We have these available in both PDF and paperback form. Welcome to FootballGamePlan.com, where football makes sense. I'm Emery Hunt, the Czar of the Playbook, and I'm here in my home office today, bring you another edition of Film Session with the Czar, where today we're going to break down a game of Kansas's wide receiver Nigel King to see why he is one of the more underrated receiving prospects in this year's draft class.
I'm a big fan of the concentration level of Nigel King. He isn't surprised by bodies around him, which allows him to then track the ball no matter what's happening around him on the football field. Having a good level of concentration also helps you as a wide receiver know where you are on the field without knowing where you are on the field. You see here versus Baylor, King does a great job of tracking the pass, concentrating on catching and securing the ball and getting his feet in bounds, all while the defensive back is harassing him throughout the course of the play. King stays calm and makes the play for a big game for the Jayhawks. Here's another example versus TCU of knowing where you are on the field. King is able to keep his eyes on the ball, never looking down, and bringing in the acrobatic reception. The catch itself was impressive enough, but having that high level of concentration allowed him to be able to finish the play in impressive fashion by outrunning the defender to the end zone. A good bit of wide receivers would have put their entire focus on just the catch itself, and the play would have been dead right there, but King shows a good bit of spatial awareness on this score for the touchdown. At 6'3", 215 pounds, being able to play your size is huge for a wide receiver, and Nigel King does a great job in high-pointing the football, and I think that's one of the biggest traits he has as he enters the NFL draft. You'll see a series of examples like this one versus Iowa State of King going up, getting the football at the highest point, and bringing it down. That's a great job of utilizing your size to your advantage. He's able to post up those corners and some safeties, body those guys up, go up, attack the football, and bring it down for the reception. The reason why this is important for any wide receiver, more importantly for King, because he is not a blazer. He's not a guy that's going to run away from defensive backs. And you see this case in point versus Texas Tech. The cornerback is actually in great position to make a play. He couldn't have played that any better. The difference is that King went up to go get the football at his highest point, bringing it down for a big gain for the Jayhawks. This is things that he does on a consistent basis when faced with these one-on-one opportunities. And by him not being that blazer, that fast guy to run away from coverage, he's going to see his fair share of contested catches. And finally here versus TCU, Kevin White, the outstanding corner, probably a second-round pick, in great position once again, but King goes up, slow plays it perfectly to time the jump, and gets it at the highest point, making the big gain for the offense. So with that size, with his ability to high point the football, you can see him having a lot of success on the outside as a pro. Another element of King's game that I came away highly impressed with was his ability to consistently catch the football away from his body. Here's a few examples to illustrate my point. Versus Oklahoma State, King gets a great release. He stacks the corner, tracks the ball well, slowing down and extending for the catch. When I talk about a wide receiver mastering the little nuances of the position, this is a great example of that. Slowing down deliberately plays two roles. One, it ensures you keep space between you, the defender, and the ball, and two, could potentially draw the flag because the defensive back will have to go through you in order to make a play on the ball. That's a fantastic job by King. Now here versus Iowa State on the quick slant, he beats the DB off the line of scrimmage, extends, and catches the football. QBs love throwing the ball to receivers like this because it gives them a wide radius to place the ball into. Prime example here versus Texas Tech, tightly covered King on the skinny post, quarterback puts it out in front, King extends and plucks it out of the air. You can go ahead on and check off the catches the ball with hands box for Nigel King. And finally, there's a couple of routes you expect a big-bodied wide receiver to run extremely well: skinny posts, comebacks, and curls. Now, King excels in that area. For a 6'3", 215-pound wide receiver, King is able to smoothly get in and out of his breaks, and I think he's nearly flawless on the skinny post. No wasted movements and accelerates out of the break. He gets his head around quickly and is just waiting on the football to come from the quarterback. Being able to catch away from your body is another reason why excelling at these routes are huge, and we've already explained that King can definitely do that very well. Look at the footwork here on this comeback route. The cornerback opens up his hips, and King is out of that break so quickly that the DB doesn't have enough time to break and make a play on the ball. This is a good overall showcase here by King. So when you take a closer look at Nigel King's game, you'll see more than enough functional traits that you can use to help your football team.